Hey everyone, happy Easter. This is Alexander with Beer Powered Gaming, and I'm bringing you another episode of Check It Out. Today, we're going to be looking at Cities Skylines, the latest city builder, or city simulation, if you will, brought to you by Colossal Order and Paradox. Paradox has been on a roll lately with some of these awesome games coming out, like War for the Overworld and Tropico 5. So I'm happy to say that City Skylines is just amazing. It's a great game. This is coming from a SimCity fan who's been playing SimCity since way back in the old days, from the very first SimCity release. My favorite being SimCity 2000, of course. I'm sure everyone's favorite was SimCity 2000. Probably a couple of SimCity 4 fans out there too. We were all very disappointed to hear that SimCity 5 failed so spectacularly terribly. And I'm happy to announce that City Skylines, while it may seem to take a lot of cues from SimCity 5, did everything right. And it's an exceptional game. It's so fun. I mean, it's not as pretty and graphically intense as you would expect a game of this current era to be, but for what you have and for what it came with, for only $30, amazing. So, and it came with mod support. As you can see right here, we have some mods that are like, there's already 10,000 mods for this game. It was released with mod support. I can go ahead and create my own mods and do all kinds of crazy things with all my mods in the game. The only downside I have is that there's a lot of graphical mods that increase the fidelity of the game, as well as add new features like scrolling down or day and night cycle, stuff like that, which actually prevent you from getting achievements in the game. So any kind of mod that deals with the code and are more than just assets prevents you from getting from progressing in the game normally, which I think is kind of a bummer, and I hope they kind of patch that out later on. But I understand, because there's a lot of cheat mods like unlimited resources or no electricity problems or anything like that that could potentially break the game. So there are achievements in the game. It is a procedural-based city simulation. You have a couple maps here to choose from. I downloaded some mod maps like Gotham City and Stargate Atlantis and stuff like that. But just to have fun. But there are very few maps to choose from. But again, the mods and content that people have been creating there's hundreds of maps to choose from, and getting a map doesn't break the achievement. So you can use maps, you can use buildings and stuff like that. It's just the graphics mods and kind of like the under the hood mods. So I'm gonna go ahead and see. Islands sounds fun. Yeah, well, there we go. Little beach. All right. So like I said, it's a procedural city simulation. And I'll show you what that means when we first get in. You're gonna see immediately when we first start the game that it's very, very similar to how SimCity 5 starts out, which makes everyone go, "Oh my God, it's like SimCity 5," but it's not. It's really not. But your city grows bigger and bigger the more population it has, which gives you more access to city services and other things such as city planning and taxation and the budget and all kinds of cool stuff. There's districts, and it's really, really, really complex and intuitive, but easy to use and master. So you're not feeling too overwhelmed by the features. So it's still streamlined, but not to the point of oversimplification. So there's that as well. Alright, so here we are at our city, and as you can see, kind of like Civ 5, you have this little square to deal with. But, unlike SimCity 5, as your city grows, you get to expand your city. So here is the actual region. This is a very small region. There are bigger regions. But we'll get rid of this. There's a little advisor that gives you a little tutorial. We don't need him. But, so you can get these these squares will start expanding over the region. So at the end of the day, when you're so big, you can actually expand your city through the entirety of this little area. So, and again, this is one of the smaller maps. There are bigger maps, but you can actually control. So you can actually control the. You can delete and edit these freeways, build your own freeways, your own railroads, your own subways, your own bus lines. You can make your city as big and as large as you want. It doesn't feel like a huge community like SimCity 5 did. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to get started real quick. So like SimCity 5, we're just going to build our main road. We'll do I can't build an avenue at this point. So we're just going to take a little small road here. Build over here. Little thing there. You got freeform roads, so we can do some cool stuff. We can make some cool curvy roads, and and just like SimCity 5, it shows you where your residential and stuff is gonna go from the roads, and it's much like SimCity. You just kind of paint the residential areas along your roads. So we can build some residential here, and we can either fill it, or we can do like these little small. We can do little individual squares, which we can click and drag to make bigger, like that. Ta-da! All right, we can put like a little. We can do some commercial, which you want like near the main road. So we're gonna put some commercial like over here, and some commercial over here, and some more houses over here, and they're building. Ta-da! You can actually zoom in real nice and look at all your building. It's not like SimCity 5 where like little construction trucks come in and stuff like that, but you don't really need that. That's all fluff. Every single person, unlike SimCity, every single person, every single car is simulated. So you're not gonna just follow some guy and he'll like walk into the nearest house and that's his house now. No, there's a family in the house. See if I can get out of this. So like this is the Belmont residence. So only the Belmonts live in that house. And then they have kids, and the kids grow older, so you have children. They turn into teenagers, and they turn into young adults, and they turn into adults, and they move out, and they get their own house. And you can educate them. They'll go through college, and they'll go through school, and they'll level up, and it determines what kind of people they're going to be. But anyways, we're running out of electricity and power and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and build a little power plant over here. Right there. Power plant. And unlike SimCity, power lines and pipes don't run through the roads. You actually have to build power lines. Let's see here. Oops. Build a little power line. Right there. And power line. Okay. So, I think that is in. Yep, okay. So you see this little blue influenced area? That's the power. So that's the power being generated by the plant. So by just having buildings in that radius, they're getting power from the power plant. The power lines are only to send it out. So like this blue radius is the need for power. So this radius needs power, this radius provides power, because the power plant's right there. You can see by the huge column of blue. And so what you can do is you can either build up towards the power plant, which connects the two areas of influence with buildings. So, and then you wouldn't need the power lines, or you can just build the power lines over there to temporarily give them power while you build up there. And you can delete the power lines once you have buildings there and stuff like that. You don't always have to keep the power lines there. So, go away. So now let's deal with the water. Let's see. Good water supply is over here. Nice little river. You have water pumping station and a water drain pipe for sewage. So you need a water pumping station, and it actually shows you the direction that the water is flowing. So we want to put the water pumping station up here. It's going to need some power. I don't want to drag all these power lines over there, so I'm just going to build a nice little windmill. Pop. And that should provide power for that. And then we need a drainage pipe. So what's going to happen is water is going to go into your city, and sewage is going to go out through the drainage pipe, and it's going to pollute all of that. All that's going to get polluted. So you don't want to have the sewage pipe on top before the upstream, because then it's just going to pollute the water supply, and everyone's going to get sick and die. And that's not very fun. So we're going to go ahead and build some. And like I said, there's an area of influence for the pipes too. So you don't have to go to each individual house. You just need to get into the same general area. And I like to follow the roads, much like SimCity did, just so I can get them all watered up. There we go. And then we need some sewage. Boop. There we go. Okay, we got water. Everyone's getting watered. And then there's the sewage line. So there we go, drainage. Yep, everyone's happy. Alright. And then just like, outside connection needed. Oh, oops. I need an exit. There we go. Alright. So, oh yeah, and you can elevate roads. That's pretty cool. Just like the little tutorial is telling you, so you can elevate the roads a little bit, make some bridges and cool stuff like that. You can't, unfortunately, sink roads, which I think was kind of a bummer. So you can't have those like subterranean roads and stuff like that. So that's kind of lame. Let's see. Economy panel has been unlocked. There's our budget. More stuff will be unlocked as we grow our city. Right now we're losing money, so we probably want to start building some stuff. Right now we only have, just like SimCity and other city builders, we have the demands. So here's residential, commercial, and industrial. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go build some more residential because people want to live in our awesome new city. And we can name our city at any time by going right here. And we can call it the Brewery. Oh, ooh, Brewery Town. Brewery Town. Bam. Brewery Town. The largest exporter of beer. Which we don't have any breweries yet, but we'll work on that. Let's go ahead and build some more houses. Ta-da-la. You can change the game speeds. So you can get people moving in real quick. There's no middle density. There's only low and high. You unlock high later on, and then there's office buildings. So like the high density commercial zone doesn't really give you skyscrapers like office buildings, so much as it gives you just gives you like higher density shopping and products and stuff like that. You know, movie theaters and such. But let's see. There's no demand for industrial, but we'll build some factories just to give these people some jobs. Here we go. Here we go. And of course, just like any other city builder, it has an info panel. So you can look, and they unlock more and more as you grow your city. But right now we can look at water. Everyone's watered. We can look at electricity. Everyone has electricity. We can look at happiness. Let's see. Residential happiness is kind of low, probably because of the low jobs. And we can look at the wind. Let's see. So I believe nope. Yeah, I think we might have actually put our windmill in a calm section, so it's probably not going to get. Oh no, it's strong. Yeah, strong. Okay. So, and the wind turbines the wind turbine is strong. You got to learn how to read these legends. So, if it's light blue, then the wind turbine is strong. If it's purple, then it's not working very well. Then the winds are very strong around here because they're like a dark teal. And if they're gray, so if I put a windmill here, it wouldn't be as effective as I put it there. Don't really use windmills that much. Then there's traffic, of course. And there'll be more as you grow your city. Go away, advisor. There's another thing, like all the advising and tutorial stuff, no matter how many cities you build, how many times you start over, that advisor is going to pop up every single time. Let's go ahead and get some water over here for these buildings that are going to be built soon, because I'm starting to slowly get some demand for residential, for industry. Oh, and then if you have any problems with the city, you have your little chirper, which is like Twitter. I'm looking for an apartment house, because people want to move into the city. So that's kind of like, instead of like one citizen going help or like riots in the streets, you get your chirper. So just kind of like real life, we don't riot anymore. We go on Facebook and complain about our problems. Yeah, there will be a lot of armchair activists or slacktivists in this game. Let's go ahead and build some more houses here. Lots of people want to live in our city. Put it on. Bam. And pretty much all the services are locked until you grow in the city. There is a sandbox mode where everything's unlocked and you can build the city of your dreams, but I like to play procedurally. So, let's see. Building some houses. We can go ahead and speed up the game again. So like I said, everything is simulated in the game. So these cars all belong to certain people. They all park at the house that they live at. They'll park in parking garages where they work. So nothing disappears off the map. It's not just going to be a car driving and it's going to hit a house and then just disappear in nowhere. No, they park somewhere. You know, these cars they're now static objects in the game, which is probably one of the reasons why the game isn't so graphically intense, because it would probably just destroy your entire computer once you build a city of like 100,000 people. Because I've only built a city so far of only like 12,000 people, and there are a lot of cars, because 12,000 is a lot of people. And they all exist, especially when you have bus stops and you have like 40 people surrounding by a bus stop and the bus comes up and they all fill into the bus. It's really cool. This game is awesome. It's just awesome. And you can tell it's awesome because when it first came out, there's a good chance that the people that are watching this video right now all already own it and are already playing it, because it sold so well. This is the city building game that everybody was waiting for, and EA dropped the ball hard. Because I don't know what it was. Maybe because I don't know why they. I know EA has this policy of cramming multiplayer into the game. This game doesn't have multiplayer. You can mod multiplayer into it. There's a mod for multiplayer, I believe, but it doesn't have multiplayer. Just shipped with a single player, build just the city of your dreams experience. And I don't know why other companies couldn't see that when they wanted to build a city builder. No one wants to. You don't really want your friends coming in and messing up your city. You don't want to have to trade with them, or your city collapses. What happens if they don't come online? You know. So I don't think they really thought that through. I think EA took a look at Cities XL, which also kind of failed a little bit spectacularly. And instead of seeing what was good about Cities XL, which was like the realistic buildings and the traffic and all that cool stuff, they focused on the multiplayer aspect of Cities XL and said, "Oh, we're EA, we can do that better." But that's one of the main reasons that Cities XL wasn't successful, was because it focused on its multiplayer online only gameplay, which people complained about then. So I don't know why they thought they could do it better. No one wants to play this game online. They want to play at home. So we got some more houses being built. Oh, we need jobs. All right, so rant over. Time to build jobs. Now there is pollution, just like in any other city builder, and I normally wouldn't build this so close to these so close to that, but this is just for the let's check it out video. So I'm not really too worried if the city goes down in a pile of garbage, but because I'm a ruthless mayor. But eventually, speaking of garbage, you do have to build dumping zones, landfills, and incinerators and stuff like that, and you can. I got a couple mods for recycling plants and stuff like that, but you don't really get into the recycling waste treatment thing until you have like a much larger city. But as you can see, our waste is pouring into the river, and eventually the river will turn purple with pollution. And we will. There's one city where there's a huge lake, and I used the lake as the dumping point, and I used water towers to provide water. So if there's no rivers or lakes or any water source, you can use water towers to get the groundwater. And I don't think there's actual groundwater. I just think wherever you put it is where it's going to take water out of the ground. So you don't have to worry about where you place your water towers. They're just going to provide a little bit of water. Not as much water as the pumping station, of course, but enough to get your city going. So I used the lake, not this lake, but a lake, and another map, as like the dumping point, as like the waste sewage point, and the whole lake was just purple with pollution. It was awful. It was gross. But as the city grew and I got unlocked new services, I was able to replace the pumping centers with waste treatment plants, and it cleaned up the entire lake. So you can go through whole little things where it's like clean up the lake, or do all kinds of cool green initiatives and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's an you can adapt your city to be green or polluted or whatever. You can clean up your city if you want to. Alright, we're still losing some money, so we're gonna have to hurry up and build some more taxable people here. Let's get some more houses in here. I think I have water here, so I can put some houses here. Going back to the roads, you have so you had the freeform road, which you saw me do that. Then you have like a more rigid like circle road. So like it's just gonna make a little circle. It's very it's more precise than the freeform road. So you kind of have to like, so you would have to and then needless to say, I don't really like this road, this type of road tool very much for making my curved roads. But it's a little bit more precise, and it snaps around a lot more. So if you're one of those you know, micromanaging of the rows, designing like semicircles and stuff like that, that's probably more your thing. Like from Cities Excel, where you made like the cross with the two, you did like a, let's see here, you did like a this, go away, like this kind of deal, where you put like a cross, and then doesn't work as well in this game. But you put like a cross, and then you could use this tool to kind of, you know, make a circle, sort of. I don't know. I'm not very good with that kind of designing, but you could do that. Also, you don't get full refunds when you destroy your roads. You'll get like a partial refund. There is a mod that lets you get full refunds, which of course will prevent you from getting achievements. I think we can actually see the achievements here. Yeah. So these are all your achievements that you can get in the game. And these are all your milestones. So right now I'm working on building a little hamlet. Once I get 460 population, I'll be able to set my own taxes, take out a loan, provide garbage and healthcare services, as well as education, and it'll unlock new buildings like the elementary school, the medical clinic, and the landfill site. And I can't see the next level until I finish this level. So let's go ahead and make sure. Oh, look, I'm making $11. Woot woot, making some money. I'm gonna keep that road like that. Yeah, I'll keep that road like that. Ooh. We'll do this. Bam. Oops. Oops. Sorry. Cool thing is, though, they have houses for even the single, for like, if you have these little single residential areas, they'll build little tiny little houses. It's kind of cool. So you can fill every piece of space, pretty much. Every space can be filled. And it all looks very natural as well. So there's no, even if like I leave this little park open, I could put some trees in there and it would all flow very well. It wouldn't look, the houses don't look like they look like they belong in the lands. They look like they're like part of it. They're not like, it's not like a block off, kind of like in SimCity 5 where they kind of like block off and it doesn't look like it molds in with the land at all. It's just got plopped there. You know, it looks like it's, you know, part of the map, which I really like as well. So let's hurry up and try to make ourselves a big city here so we can at least see something, you know, see some exciting stuff before this is over. Let's go ahead and build some more commercial. We have a lot of high commercial demand. Boop, boop. Commercial. Yay! All right. So I can get a school, I can get a medical clinic, I can get a landfill site, taxes, and stuff like that. So one thing I definitely want to do is build a landfill. Ooh, we're running out of people to work. More houses. There we go. And a landfill. Landfill. Oh, also reaching milestones gives you a little bit of money so that you can actually buy some of these new services. So let's see. The next level after Little Hamlet is going to be Worthy Village, which will let me get a new area. So I think that's about as far as we'll go in the Let's Play, or in the Check It Out video. We'll go until we can get a new area. And then so I can show you districts and policies and stuff like that. This is really, once you get the Worthy Village, you actually get the meat of the game here. So that's kind of like where we're going to go. So let's go ahead and see if we can get there really quickly. We definitely need more commercial. We need to start building some roads here. We need to start expanding the city. Let's do this. And I believe we have the larger road. Yes, we do. So what I can do is I can upgrade this road to a bigger one. Now, if I do it here, it's going to destroy all this commercial. So we don't want to do it right away, but we can do the exit road at least. There we go. And then we can build some new commercial things there. So, one of the things I touched upon in SimCity 5 is that you had to trade with other cities in order for your city to thrive. Now, City Skylines doesn't require you to trade with other cities like actively in order to progress through the game, but some of these buildings do require resources and require access to resources. For example, this coal plant requires coal. These require goods to be shipped to and from their areas. But that's all done passively. Like, see here, this guy is carrying agricultural products to whatever industry might require agricultural products. So as long as you have your highway or a train station or any kind of exterior connection that kind of branches off outside of your city map, your city will deal with all of the trade and stuff that it requires to function. You also need to make sure that your roads are big enough so that traffic doesn't prevent your trucks from reaching their destination in time, or else buildings will have problems with that as well. Right now I have an employment problem here. We don't have enough workers because I'm not building enough houses, so I got to build more houses. But so yeah, so there is trade and there are resources in the game, but it's not something you have to actively manage. So or depend on another city or depend on another person to manage in order to have a successful city. So you're not going to sit there going, God, why can't I find someone to trade with, or why does this guy keep going offline? So you don't have to worry about that in this game, which is another thing that is just absolutely awesome. So here we go. Okay, all right. More houses. More houses. Keep those tax dollars flowing. So here we are, we're building some houses and stuff like that, and we're getting our city back into, make a nice little cul-de-sac here. Boop, boop. There we go. And then we can, build a school. Why not? We'll build a little school right here. Start educating some citizens. Citizens approve of this. Mayor supports education. It should be getting electricity from these other buildings. There we go. All right. So what's going to happen now is the little children are going to start going to school, and they're going to start getting educated, and that in turn will level up some of these buildings, because these buildings are going to level up from either getting more services like fire or police station or leisure, and then when they level up, they're going to require more educated citizens to be employed there. If you don't have the right educated citizen, the building will become abandoned because it just doesn't have anyone that's qualified to work there. And then, of course, you have problems with having cities that are too educated, so then the low-level jobs won't be able to find uneducated workers, so they'll go out of business, and they might get replaced by a better business that does require educated workers. Also, you have to make sure you're keeping your land values up, which I believe is another thing that you can look. Oh, look, we got more stuff. So we can look at garbage, we can look at education, we can look at health and happiness. Let's see if I can find pollution. It's a big one. Traffic, noise pollution. There's another pollution you have to worry about. Outside connections, I believe it'll show you your outside connections. Maybe not. Okay. Well, what outside connections are required? So these require goods from outside connections. So, and that's where they're coming. So this guy is bringing donuts, importing goods to drugstore. Donuts. We can't make our own donuts yet. And then we can look at tourism. We can get rid of that. But there is one where it shows the land value, and if the land value, as you provide more services to these houses, they'll start leveling up and get more wealthier citizens, which then pay more taxes. But if the land value starts going down, like you build a gigantic dump next to their houses, the houses are going to become abandoned, and then they will revert back to their whatever level is suitable for that area. But we're gonna build some more houses right there. Bam. And we'll get a nice. We can't afford a clinic yet, but let's speed this up. All right, build these houses. Holy crap, look at that competition. There are 3 big bite restaurants here. This is like the Starbucks of burgers right here. But hey, it looks like this one's more popular than the other 2. Wow, alright. That's pretty crazy. That's randomization for you. Oh, and look, there's the small local burger chain across the street from the gigantic franchise that's trying to dominate the burger market over here. Or wait, nope. I think this place is actually advertising for this place. Alright, so here we go. Actually, we have a lot of advertisements for Big Bite. Big Bite is huge in this town. Don't go to, well, I mean brewery town. If we make beer, we're going to need greasy food, right? So Big Bite might be the place to go. Let's see. This is insane. I have to drive to the next city for a painkiller prescription or pay big bucks for a visit to the private healthcare. So basically, it wants a hospital. So we will make a hospital. Little clinic. Right here. Bam. Healthcare for everyone! Citizens flock to get treatments for various ailments. Hashtag flu shots. Please don't ever use that hashtag in real life. That's weird. Well, I guess unless you're one of those anti-vaxxer type people. I don't judge. Alright. Get some more houses built up. Oh, we need more commercial. So we will build some commercial around here. This looks a good place to build some commercial. Square. You can also do like a little paint. So you can like, I don't know the significance of it. I'm pretty organized with how I set up my zones, so I don't know if I'll ever need to use the paint over the single block or fill, but whatever. It's there. You have large paint button and small paint button. They're really good for districts. I haven't used them for anything else, but they are really good for districts. And then we'll build some more houses here. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna fill up this whole area because I'm not building any roads there. Hey, can I? That's cool. You can dezone with a right click. I learned something today. So you can dezone with a right click, unless there's actually a building there. If there's already a building there, you have to use the dezoning tool, and then that will dezone the area. And it's really good to use if you're doing, if you're gonna be like upgrading those, like if this is gonna become the center of your city. Like right now, it's not the center of your city, but if it was gonna become the center of your city, and you have like, and you want to build skyscrapers there and stuff like that, you just dezone the area and rezone it for high and for either offices or high density, and it will replace the buildings with the new density that you selected. Get some houses in here. We need lots and lots of people to move in. There we are, Worthy Village. So it will give us the new areas, districts, policies, second loan, industry specialization, services, services policies, fire department, police department, and unique buildings are now unlocked. Forestry specialization and agricultural specialization are now unlocked, which we can use with districts. I'll show you how to do that. We got some new policies, and we have 2 new buildings, the police station and the firehouse. So let's go ahead and build our first district. Now, I'm going to pause this real quick so I can explain this to you. So, first of all, you have policies, which are right here in policies. So these are now city policies. So no matter where you are in the city, this is going to be the law of the land. And you have taxation and city planning, which come later as you grow up. But you have all these different little policies, like banning pets. You can't have pets, which will keep your city cleaner. You have recycling, which helps keep your city a lot cleaner and more green. There's a smoking ban. Parks and recreation will increase the land value of your city. Any kind of buildings that are near a park will have higher land value because your parks are much better funded. Education boost. This is a tricky one. If you use the education boost, you will have very few uneducated workers in the city. So if you want to make this a citywide policy, you better make darn sure that you have no jobs that require uneducated workers, or those jobs will not be filled, because this is kind of boost the population to focus more on education than on uneducated work. So it's going to give you a lot of educated workers, and you're going to need a lot of educated jobs to employ them. Recreational use is for like marijuana and other drugs and stuff like that. Increases tourism, increases crime, but there's a good revenue from it. And then free public transport, of course, allows you to take the bus and everything for free. But so that's these you can apply to the city or to a district. So I'm going to build my first district. Put this on play, and this is the district key. And here's where you can get your little paintball thing here. So I'm going to get the large paint. I'm going to turn this into a district right here. Bam. So this is going to be my first district. Ta-da! And it gives you kind of its own name, but you can rename it by clicking on it, and you can rename it like Central Heating or something. You can give it something cool like Westview Heights or something. Westview Heights or Foothills. you know, whatever you want to name it, you can name it. And it gives you a whole breakdown of everything in the zone. So it's going to tell you how many children are in this district, how many teens are in this district, how many adults, how many are uneducated, how many are educated, how many commercial districts you have in this place, and how many residential places. So then we go to policies here. Now these policies are only for Westview foothills. So I can go smoke detector distribution, prevents fires in the district. I can do, so it's like city provides smoke detectors for residents free of charge. So it costs me money to do that, but it reduces the amount, it reduces fire in the city. And I can set the tax rate for this district, which won't affect the rest of the city, or I can set a tax rate for the city, which will affect all the districts regardless. So it's really intuitive that way. And it's really simple to use. They're just little on and off switches. So. And then, of course, in the budget we can increase our taxes for everything, how much we want to spend in each thing, how much we want to tax each individual industry, and then we can take loans. So we have all our loans, and then we have our expenses, and it's all broken down very well, very easy to read. How much money we're making from industry, this is how much money we're making from commercial, this is how much money we're making from residential, and then, of course, citizen taxes, tourism taxes. Because citizens, okay, so your citizens, they're buying and selling goods within there. So of course they're paying their own taxes. So there's that. Let's go ahead and build a fire department. Everyone likes the fire department. I'm gonna put it right here, and that should level up some of. That should level up some of these services as well. I want to see if they're gonna level up. It shows like an arrow and makes a dinging noise. Alright, so that one leveled up. You can hear the dinging. And they're leveling up and they're rebuilding and becoming nicer, better looking places to live. But yeah, and I think I unlocked some new roads. Yep, I have like the highway now. Like, it's not really a highway. This is the highway. But it's like a 6-lane avenue. So I can make an even bigger avenue here if I wanted to. I don't really have the money to afford something like that, but I could if I wanted to. Also, I can expand. See? So now I can expand one block. These will all disappear once I pick which block I want. But I would like some beachside property, so I'm going to take that one. $2,000. Shows you how much forestry there is, how much agriculture, farming resources, ore resources, not so much. But we can purchase it, and then bam, now our city has been expanded. We have a lot of ore in the city. So now our city has expanded. And we can go ahead and start building in that area. So now our area is much larger. And now I have some beachfront property, which is really cool. But let's go ahead and do some specialization with the districts. So I'm going to build another district. Well, hold on. Let's see if I can find ore. Should show me. Natural resources. So this is ore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this district. Oh, I don't have the ore. I don't have the ore industry yet. Let's see if I can find farming. Here's fertile land. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build a district there. Right here. We're going to name it. We're going to make it a farming district. Bam, it is now a farming district. Oops, it's now a farming district. And I'm going to name it Wilco Farms. If my thing will type. There we go. Oh, I wanted to capitalize W there. So now I have a farm. And we can do water usage, to save on water and stuff like that. And then what I'm going to do, I believe, and I haven't really experimented too much with this, but we can go ahead and build a road out here. And I think the industries that we build here will now focus on farming. We need electricity. Oops, just electricity. There we go. I still pause. What's going on here? Alright, there we go. Alright, we can build some houses too, like little houses. We build a road. Let's get a road going. Maybe. Alright, so that should be building a farm of some kind. I'm hoping. I'm not exactly sure how to build farms. Yeah, so it's gonna be like all, yeah, so it's, yeah, see, it's all farming industry and stuff like that. So that should be like a silo. Let's get out of this. Let's see everything. Yeah, see, that's a field. So yeah, we're building all these farming things. So all the industry is for farming now. So this should be like, this is like a field. Yeah, Mary's livestock, Annie's baking company, bread and butter. So here's where the donuts come from. So now we can make our own donuts. But here we get some water in here real quick. Right here. Got some water. Got some water. We can paint this so we can connect the electricity. We can even build a dirt road and give us some like real looking farming looking kind of deal here. Build a little dirt road here. Ta-da! Oops. I didn't want to build into that, but whatever. You know, build some farms along there. This is the country. Hickville, USA, or whatever country we're in this game. But yeah, so we got Phil's Field, you know, all farming. All farming. Very nice. Okay, so that's our little farming district. Here's the city and stuff like that. So you can do all kinds of cool stuff like that. So eventually you'll unlock districts, specializations for oil, and you'll build oil fields, and you can an ore for like ore stuff like that. So right now I'm kind of depending on outside cities in some Ethernet somewhere that I don't really care about to kind of import these resources, but eventually I can build my own resources and sell those resources. I don't know how to sell them, but you know, it's all trade within the game, not something you have to do actively. And then I can remove the industry and make it generic again and ruin the whole thing. And build a police station, all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much City Skylines. I almost said Cities XL. City Skylines. And it's really, really, really awesome. I can go ahead and show you real quick a city that I've been working on for a while so you can see what a bigger city looks like. So we're going to go ahead and quit to the main menu. All right, so here we are at the main menu. And I'm going to go ahead and go to Tempest Falls. Tempest Falls is the city I've been working on. And you'll see the lake that I was telling you about. So this is the city I've been working on. It has the lake that I was talking about. See how polluted this lake is? I had these huge, I had like 5 pumps here just pumping sewage straight into this lake. So this lake is all polluted. But now I've built these water purification, water treatment plants, which are pumping out fresh, delicious water, and it's starting to slowly clean up the pollution that I put here in the earlier city. But here you can see my wonderful Tempest Falls city. I have some really cool skyscrapers. It's all very well and built. Skyscrapers. I have some parks. I have let's see. I have a cargo train station for all my imports and exports. I have a passenger train station for people who want to leave the city, but as you can see, no one wants to leave my beautiful, perfect, and wonderful city. Parking garages. There's a tennis stadium here for the U.S. Open. You can see there. There's a lot of people on that tennis field. Got some houses. Oh, I got beachfront property. Look at that, all that little beachfront property here, along with some fun beach places where they can relax, work on their tan. These are actually mods that I got that I added to the game. These little beach parks. They're not in the main game, unfortunately. But yeah, you can see my rich, wealthy beachfront property people in their fancy condos and little townhouses, and some more beach. Got a little dirt road so they can all go to the beach there. And then of course I have a little bit of industry, and I got some houses there. These are all apartments, and some little mainland here. It's all pretty cool. So yeah, you can build a pretty awesome city. And as you can see, I've actually expanded quite a lot. And then this is phase 2 of my city over here. Hillside Park is going to be a large commercial sector that I'm working on. And I'm working on building a new highway that kind of surrounds that area to add better traffic. These are interchanges that I added to the game that I can add to the game myself. I go to roads here and I go to these interchanges. I can build all kinds of crazy interchanges. Some are crazier than others, but what was I gonna say? Most of these are all mods that I added to the game. That's the square stuff. The actual there's like little big circles that you can put down. There's like we all know that one. We got these cool little interchanges here. But all added to the game through mods. The modding community is great in this game. This is your highway. You can add 6-lane roads with these 6-lane roads with trees to kind of up the property value. Makes it look really nice. Gives a nice little residential feel to it. You can do that with pretty much all the other roads as well. As you can see, I have a lot of these roads with trees and like sidewalks and kind of cool stuff there. But yeah, and then of course you can see my 3 districts. I have 3 separate districts: Hampton Beach, South Beach, and Hillside Park. So I'm working on that. You can see my transit. I have a subway. I got one subway I built myself here that kind of connects all 3 districts together. These little green spots are the subway stations. This is a metro line there, and then I have one bus route here in the middle of this. I have 2 bus routes actually. I have one commercial bus route, and then I have one bus route that leads you into the industrial section, and then I have an inner city bus route here, but it's still something I'm working on. This is something that they'll be working on for a long time. Like I said, I got 15,000 people, and they're all simulated all at once in this place, so we can follow them and follow. So you can see they'll all pop out. They're all popping out of the bus. You know, you got people crossing the crosswalks and such. You know, look at that bus stop. So yeah, everyone's taking advantage of the public transportation here. But yeah, so this is City Skyline, and this is everything that SimCity 5 should have been. It's amazing, it's wonderful, and it's really fun to play. So if you don't own it, it's only $30. You should get on it and own it because it's amazing, and it has so much support from Colossal Order. They're already adding tunnels for free, so you can tunnel into these wonderful mountains here. And you can there's just so much support from the developers. This is going to be probably one of the best city simulators of the past 5 years. It's absolutely one of the best ones ever played. Even better, in my opinion, than Cities XL. Which Cities XL looks better, but it's not as awesome as this game is. And I've barely scratched the features on this game. So definitely pick it up, try it out for yourself. This is one that I highly recommend you all keep. But yeah, that's City Skyline. I hope you all enjoyed our episode of Check It Out. Subscribe, leave some comments and some feedback. I'd love to see your guys' cities. So if you made your own cities, let me know. You know, put it. I think you can export your cities onto the workshop and show people, like the Grand Theft Auto 5 city that they released, which was amazing. You can't live in it; it's completely broke. But it was really cool that someone was able to build that. So let me know how you guys are enjoying the game, and if there's any more features that you want to that I might not have touched on that you want to let everyone know. But yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy your Easter, whether it's for Jesus or chocolate Jesus. Just enjoy your holiday to the fullest. And check back with us because we got a couple more things coming. I'm still working on our Let's Play of Homeworld. That should be coming up here pretty soon. Total War Attila, working out the bugs. Almost done with it. Can't wait to show you that. It's going to be awesome. I really love that game. I've always been a huge Total War fan. And then we'll also be looking at Star Wars Empire at War. Old classic strategy game. Love it. I think you'll all have a good time watching that one as well. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again next time. This is Alexander with Check It Out and Beer Powered Gaming.